Hey guys, this is Kevin and Michelle, and we are with Fun in Key West and Out of Here Travel. And so what you're going to be doing tonight is a virtual happy hour. So I hope there's a bunch of you that are all excited about this. I was really, quite honestly, amazed how many people quickly signed up to be in the group so that they could see it. Now, I'm going to get you in a little secret here. I don't normally have to wear reading glasses because I see just fine here and I see fine in distance. But the way that I have the computer set up here so that Kevin can be part of it and we can do our drink mixing, I'm gonna have to sneak back and forth here so I can see what's going on. So I've got 3 of you online. And so what I hope that you all have done is gone over to StreamYard and let them have permission to see you and see what's going on. So I'm going to be trying to watch on my phone as well what's going on. So hopefully that you guys will be able to, I can see your comments. So that being said, welcome to our first and hopefully of many virtual happy hours. And here's my thought. Hopefully they're not all virtual. I'm hoping that soon that we can all be together and enjoy the company of each other. So we're going to let a lot of you start coming on and see what we can come on. But Kevin, whenever I said, hey, I'm going to do a virtual happy hour and have everybody come on, he was like, I'll make you drinks. So we're going to link it up, and I put it into the post here. We're going to make 2 drinks that are off of our website, FunInKeyWest.com. And what's the first one we're making?
I think the first one we're going to do for the Key West theme is going to be the Keiki Margarita.
Ooh. What is Keiki?
And the Keiki is it's a drink that's the key lime pine cream liqueur. Got to go back.
Yeah, we're always backwards.
So we found this out. If you've been down to Mallory Square, and we always go see Jimmy out there who makes his famous green drink.
Oh yeah, the green drink.
So he's got he puts rum in it with a little bit of this Keiki liqueur that we have, and he's got a couple other. He wouldn't give us all the information.
No, he's got a secret recipe.
He's got a secret green juice that he puts in as well too. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a classic margarita. I'm going to be using the key lime liqueur, and also with the key lime theme, you can use your sweet and sour mix that you typically use, and I like the Nellie and Joe's key lime juice as well. So I'm going to split that a little bit with our sweet and sour mix and using a triple sec and tequila.
Cool.
So go ahead and talk, and I'll get you a drink going here.
I appreciate that. So we've got people who are requesting, so I'm going to be doing like 2 things at once, but I'm absolutely, remember, I'm paying attention, so I'm approving all you guys to come in. So it looks like we have 1 like so far. Yay, I like that. And 5 people watching so far, so that's awesome. So tell me what you guys have been doing. I mean, how have you been spending your time? Hope you're all safe and that you all are keeping up with, that whole stay at home, I don't know, stay at home, it's shelter in place, whatever your state's calling it. It's been quite interesting. We just completed week number 3. I'm not sure how far along you all are in your shelter in place, but it's been interesting. So I hope you all are doing okay. But what's been interesting is trying to readjust to being at home and not immediately going out and we're going to go do this or that or see what's going on. So that's been interesting. And so, hey, we can get in the comments. So if you don't mind, I'm going to start showing your comments here. So, so we can see the comments come across. So, yep, looked for, locked in the house, dreaming of Key West. So see, the glasses are going to go off and on because, like I said, the computer's at this like valley of death distance. So I don't normally need glasses, but whatever.
Well, you look good.
So we're hoping we get through it. So yes, locked in the house, dreaming of Key West. So if you're not dreaming of Key West, where are you guys dreaming of? So it's what places are you interested in? And if you're not minding, I hope you don't mind. I'm putting your comments up there so people can see those. But so the Keiki drink. Let me show you the recipe here for the Keiki drink, because I think you guys are going to find this a little interesting here. Hang on. And so you're going to be able to see this Keiki drink. So it's the Keiki Margarita. And And to me, this drink absolutely says Key West in a glass, just like I wrote up here. And so we are working on what is called, we're using what we have. And so I always make my own sweet and sour mix, and you can see the link there that takes you to that. But you know what? We have some, it's simply made, so it's all natural ingredients. So we have that, and we're doing tequila, triple sec, and some Keiki lime liqueur. So I think this is going to be pretty amazing drink. So
our limes died on us. So.
Our limes died, so we can't do the lime. So here is how it looks. So I hope you all have a glass. Please, please, please share what you have. See what else we have coming up and showing all your comments.
There's like a.
So that's Keiki liqueur.
Keiki liqueur. It's got a nice green tint to it. It's got a nice cream. So you can add this to a lot of different liquors you can put on there. If you add it to vodka, you can almost do the whipped cream vodka. The vanilla vodka would be good with it.
That would be.
Little rum always goes good with anything.
Oh yeah, it always goes great with rum.
But this here itself, it's a great sipping liqueur. Just like a lot of liqueurs, they're mellow. This has a cream base to it. So it's really nice and theme. And again, with the Key West and the key lime thing for today.
Yeah.
And
so
green, luck of the Irish as well.
So whenever I run your comments across and it says Facebook user, it's because you guys haven't gone to StreamYard and let StreamYard let me see your comments, but we're going to see it. So somebody's agreeing with Kathy that they're locked in. Somebody was saying that they were there in September for your 50th. Well, happy 50th. And you were there with 17 people. Wow.
Wow, that's a party.
That's a party and a half, really.
There's a party.
There's a party.
That sounds like fun.
And then we have another one that was some of the best, lots and lots of parties. So, the Key West and this whole island vibe is something that I think we all embrace. And I think that's what we're missing is happy hour. Because when you go to happy hour, what's our favorite thing to do at happy hour other than drink?
I think a lot of it, we love to kick back. The music is one of the favorite things, especially if we go out to the Green Parrot during sound checks, one of my favorite. They bring in musicians at 4 o'clock and jam 4 to 6.
Yep.
It's a great time.
Yep.
What else? What do you like about happy hour?
What I think is interesting about happy hour, and I don't think it's just Key West. What I think is, so I grew up in Alaska, and I grew up in a place where it's very tourist based, and nobody was from there.
Right.
So it was interesting. Every time you went to a happy hour, you sat around a bar, and it was like, so where are you from? And because nobody was from there. And we moved to the East Coast, and everybody's from here, and they stay here. But it's it's like more of who you're related to. And Key West and places in Florida, especially, and island places, you go to the Caribbean, you go all these other places. That's the first thing people ask us, so where are you from?
Where are you from?
And when you find that connection, it's really cool. And I miss the stories of, so what did you do today? What did you find fun today? Where were you at? What were you doing?
Yeah. It's always fun because when I lived up in Alaska, I was in Seward, Alaska, which is the end of the road. It's like mile 0 of the Iditarod Trail, but it's the Seward Highway. So when we went down to Key West, it was like, man, this reminds me back home in Seward, Alaska. And it's like Michelle was talking about.
Hey, where sorry.
It's always fun.
We're learning technology.
Learning technology. Like I was saying, the nice thing about Alaska is really no one is from there. Michelle was from Alaska. Her mom and dad were up there. Her dad was stationed in the military, which brought him up to Alaska. And that's where Michelle and I met when I was working in the banking up there. We were both working from the banking side. So again, Key West, and like any of the other towns that you go to or the Caribbean you go out to, and you're just, when you sit down and have a drink with somebody, relaxing and finding out who they are, what do they do. We've met a lot of great people all over. And Key West, had some great times, a lot of great conversations with people. So it's awesome. Always fun. Everybody's in a good mood and having a great time. And that's the one thing that brought us back. We felt like, man, we're like back at home. Right?
Exactly. Nice. And so I think that's, it's those sitting around and saying, hey, did you try this or not? So I figured out this technology, and
Cheers.
cheers. See, and cheers to you all.
You bet.
Post in the comments what you're celebrating with a picture, because I've now figured out how to watch your actual comments and not have to run it through here. We're trying this new online system because I'm coming up with some really cool ideas as we're locked up to do some virtual vacations. Maybe we'll take videos and we'll run down Duval Street, or maybe if any of you know me, our youngest son works at Disney, and he has not been at work for, I think he's on 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And he will, continue to be out of work for a while. But he's sitting around the pool. As a matter of fact, you heard my computer ding here. That was a picture of him showing me the pool, which, kind of really sucks whenever you think about it.
Down at the condo
Yeah.
at the pool.
Yeah. So we have a place in Orlando that he lives in, and he takes very good care of it, but I'm a little jealous right now because of the shelter in place. We're not really able to travel, but now I can see who's on here. So Christopher, hey, Linda, hi, nice to see you. So Kathy said she was locked in the house dreaming of Key West. I have to tell you, I am too. If it weren't for the shelter in place, I think we'd be somewhere warm, definitely. Linda says she has some Keiki liqueur, and it is delicious. Like Kevin was saying, mix it with, Linda, have you tried mixing it with the vanilla vodka or the whipped vodka? That makes
like a piece of pie.
And we've actually put it in with some rum chata, and that rum chata has that graham cracker crust taste, and so it makes it a true key lime pie shot. Those are great.
So you could do the whipped vodka.
Yeah, the whipped vodka, the rum chata, and the Keiki liqueur. And then
there's
a party. There's a pie. It's a liquid pie. And Linda, I'm with you. We win the Powerball. I am down south permanently. So this is our first drink. We're going to do another one, which I put the link up in. But this has been nice. So when you go to happy hour, one of our favorite activities in happy hour, outside of listening to the music. And okay, so I had some questions coming up here. So first of all, what are you guys drinking? And I hope you guys share that. What is the best happy hour? It doesn't have to be Key West. Anywhere. Where's your best happy hour? What's your favorite happy hour? I'll let you go first because I chat a lot.
You chat a lot.
I do chat a lot.
I just like to sit down and relax, especially with my favorite person here.
Oh.
It's kind of a time when, if you're working all day or we're out and about, especially down in Key West, we're out taking pictures or we're doing interviews with the business people down there. It's a time just to sit and relax. I think that's the best thing that I enjoy about it, and just kind of take a drink or just relax of the day and just have a good conversation. I think that's.
So there's no particular place that's your favorite?
I've got quite a few.
Well, okay, so we are in Key West.
Key West.
Best happy hour in Key West.
If it's on the music side, I like the Green Parrot. I love the jam. I love the dive bar type thing.
The popcorn.
The popcorn and having a nice beer and listening to music. That's the music is playing. You got a lot of great places to go to.
Let's see, my favorite happy hour in Key West. Let's see. I think it depends really what I'm in the mood to have a drink with. I mean, what kind of drink I'm having. If we go to the Green Parrot, I'm going to the Green Parrot for music. And by the way, Kim is saying that she's drinking vodka soda with a splash.
That's good.
That's good. Now, have you tried the Deep Eddy with the flavors like, we like the grapefruit with a splash. Mm-hmm. That's really good. If you take the Deep Eddy grapefruit and you put it into a grapefruit White Claw, it's not half bad.
I got one.
And Marlene is saying the Green Parrot is a favorite too. Yeah, I mean, there's something about the popcorn. There's something about the music. But you don't go to the Green Parrot for fancy drinks.
No, not fancy drinks. Now, another nice place we like to go to is Alonzo's. It's kind of nice too.
Alonzo's in the boathouse right there.
Right there at the boathouse is a great place. So you can get some shrimp. You want a little bit of snack to go with it as well too. The well drinks typically there are 50% off.
Yeah.
So that's and I love the water. I mean, I'm a boat person. I enjoy the boat marina. So anything you can get around the Conch Republic is another great place.
Oh, I see. I like the Conch Republic right there at the bar because it's a
Yeah.
buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one.
So that's a really good
and
one.
that's a local favorite. A lot of our friends in Key West, that's where we meet at. So it's a great place. And they always got somebody, there's always music going on there as well, too. So that's a great place.
And Kim's saying maybe a splash of Keiki in with the vodka soda. And you know, I think Keiki in with a...
Here you go. I got one ready.
We got this one ready.
I got a splash for you.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? Try it. Let us know. That might be good. Christina just joined us. Good to see you. So favorite, you know, I like Conch Republic. I like going over to, oh man, there's just so many places that are amazing. And what's really cool is when you're in a tourist place such as Key West, they really cater to these happy hours.
Right.
And I have to tell you, this is as close to the green drink that I'm going to get right now. So if y'all have been to Mallory Square and have met Mr. Jimmy, his green drinks, I always tell people you have to ask for the green drink. Don't take the mojito. Everybody goes, oh, no, we go to see Mr. Jimmy for the mojito. No. You go to Mr. Jimmy for the green drink.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, one is all you're going to need because two are going to kick your ass. Pretty much. Yeah,
we've had a lot of our family members with us, so we go out and watch the sunset. So it's going to be, well, sometimes we've been to a few places.
Yeah,
before.
probably been a few places.
So it's really been a big kick because it goes down really quick and easy. So Jimmy is, if you've been out by Margaritaville, it's an old classic car bar. They pull it out. They pull it out at nighttime, and he's out there, and he's like I said, the majority of people are going there for his mojitos, which are good too. Don't get me wrong. But the green drink, we've had a lot of people that we've said the green drink to, and they've enjoyed it. So that's one of our favorites that we like to do.
Now it's interesting because one of my other happy places, and I'm missing it very much. And Christina, thank you. My hair. Whenever you need a haircut, I find if you straight iron it, it has a tendency to cover the fact that you don't need a haircut. So that's cool. But thank you. In Orlando, they're not really hip on happy hours as much. You know, I don't know why, but there are amazing places though that you can go during happy hour time to enjoy a drink, and those are places that, of course, we tell all of our insiders on. But of course, the Time Out Lounge over in Hollywood Studios offers amazing drinks. And what's really cool is Julie's our favorite bartender over there, and she takes care of us. And she tells us exactly, you know, you go in and you say, I don't know what I want. And she's like, tell me what you're in the mood for, something light, something whatever. And she'll come up with something amazing. And that's why we always go see Julie. So that's been interesting. So favorite, I like sitting by the pool. If it has a pool or water, that's amazing. Sunset Grill is a great place in Key West. Tipsy Rooster, if you wander over to the southernmost point, great place. They usually have some sort of interesting cocktails that only come around once. So, you know, whatever on that. So, I don't know. So as we're sitting in happy hour here, and I find that my nose itches because the neighbor is mowing the yard. And it's one of those things that now that allergy season is in full force and everybody's mowing their yard, I find that everybody looks at me funny every time I sneeze. And I swear, it's allergies. My eyes itch and my nose is runny because they're mowing their yard next door and it's wafting into the house. But so I'm making sure that I'm not doing it as much as I think I am. So what makes happy hour happy, or what do you like about happy hour other than the drinks?
Well, I think it's kind of like getting together. So that's going to be a big change that we're going to see, getting together with people, saying hello, and everybody is usually pretty friendly and get conversation going. So that's always, that's been kind of my favorite. Yeah.
What makes a good happy hour? I think it's people.
I think it's people, bringing a lot of people together. Again, just having everybody seems to be in a happy mood, having a couple drinks, and it's usually a short period of time. And everybody, it seems like that's the thing that I enjoy, is just getting the camaraderie, getting people together.
The last time we were down visiting in Key West, and we were down there, we had been out on the boat with Captain Howie, and we had a fabulous time out there with Captain Howie and Danielle. And we ended up over at the Conch Republic for happy hour because, it's buy one, get one. So we're sitting there, and somebody from our hometown came through, and it was like, hey, and it's one of those things. I mean, if you go Myrtle Beach or Virginia Beach or Disney or Key West, as soon as you find that connection to somebody that wears your sports team logo or is that somebody you recognize, all of a sudden it's not just you're on vacation, you have that extended ability to say, somebody I knew sent here, and you introduce them to new people. And it's all, I think what makes happy hour fun is not only the pricing of the drinks, because then you can try maybe a couple. But I think it's everybody standing around the bar and we're just having this conversation. It's the end of the day. If you're in Key West, it's usually timed right before sunset. So we're getting our drinks, we're having a cocktail, and then we're going to grab one to go, and we're going to wander down to Mallory Square and check out, what's going on. Let's see. Bob Crank says, best to all of you from New Jersey. See you in November for our annual, soon to be second time a year visit. Bob, that's super. That is amazing. You know what? I can't tell you how many times, I say we're only going to go this many times, and then we end up going way more. Love the oysters at Alonzo's, do you? Bob, I haven't got my hands wrapped around oysters yet. Kevin, you love the clams.
Clams and shrimp.
Clams. I like shrimp, but you like the clams. DJ's Clam Shack is usually your favorite, though, right? Right there on Duval.
Clams with the garlic sauce and jalapenos.
Yep, that's your good thing. With the
and they come in fresh every few days. He brings them out of New England, come in there. So
right. And Marlene's saying you have to have good music. Absolutely. There's something that makes happy hour, not only the people around the bar, but you have to have good music. So I looked up the history. I mean, you know me. If you've watched long enough, you know that I'm always trying to tell you some sort of history. So history of and Marlene's saying stone crab claws. Yes. Have you stopped at and it just went out of my head.
Up the highway?
Yep. Hobo's Cafe, right there outside of Key Largo. Remember?
Key Largo. Mm-hmm.
They have amazing stone crab claws there. They're very good there. But the history of happy hour. Do you know the history of happy hour?
No.
Please tell me. I know. So if you look at it, there are there's several ways that this actually came to be. One was this group of homemakers used to come aboard U.S. Navy ships and do smokers. Now, I'm not real sure what a smoker is. I'm assuming that it's a party or some sort of get-together for the sailors. If anybody knows what that is, let me know, because I got down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out what all a happy hour was, and I just got stuck on the smokers things. But anyway, this group of homemakers, and they call themselves like Happy Hour Social Club. They would go aboard these Navy ships and do smokers, and then it started to be a thing.
It's a get-together.
It's a get-together. Oh, okay, so what's a get-together?
Back in the day, there was a lot of smoking.
So it was a place you sat around and smoked and drank. And okay, so the bars before we didn't smoke anymore. Another citation that I found was during Prohibition, the speakeasies had to have a legal front where they were actually a restaurant, and then they had to have, where they actually pushed their speakeasy stuff, their prohibited.
Right.
So they would have cocktail hour before they opened up the restaurant. And that became a thing. And if you remember back in the 60s, I mean, your mom, when I first met her, she was all about cocktail hour. I mean, she made sure we had cocktails before dinner. So very 1960s. So I always thought that was interesting. Here was a little interesting known fact. And if any of you have been to Ireland, you can verify this, because I don't know if Wikipedia is right or wrong. But it's illegal in Ireland to have happy hour.
I read that.
See, Wikipedia may not be all wrong.
The travel agency here, I've been reading about Ireland, and that's what they said.
So
they don't want to entice anybody. It's a matter of
Oh, I mean, God forbid we're in Ireland and we
They're
entice
already
anybody.
drinking beer and having a good time as
Yeah.
it is already. So I guess they don't need no encouragement in that area.
Probably not. Lisa's saying, see you in December for our annual visit, Happy Hour Sunset Pier with great friends. I would agree. And as I keep looking over, it's reverse. Trust me, I need to learn how to mirror this. But as I keep looking over, we have the TV at our home bar is put onto the Key West Harbor Cam, and so I'm looking at what the sunset is looking like there in Key West. Yeah, Merlin says they don't need a happy hour because they drink all day long. I like that.
That's right.
That's funny. Now, for those of you who have actually moved out of your offices and having to work from home, tell me what you're thinking. I mean, have you started to watch your neighbors like you do a documentary or some sort of animal show? Because I have to tell you, my neighbors are far different all day than I ever thought they were. They have these interesting routines that I find interesting. So have any of you started watching your neighbors? Or better yet, I walk our neighborhood all the time, and I'm usually the only one out there walking, you and me. But I'm finding we're seeing people that we didn't know live in our neighborhood walk by our house, and we're like, so hello, because we've been now using our front porch a lot and waving to people as they walk by. So it's one of those of, oh, look at all these people. Not sure where they've been all this time. Somebody made a comment. They're not having to take kids to soccer practice or after school activities and doing homework. They're home now and it's all done. And so that's what they're working on. So Kim saying, I am tracking who mows when, and yes, why my next door neighbor gets so many FedEx deliveries. I know. So Thursdays, my one neighbor mows every Thursday, but he's been mowing all day today. So I'm not sure why today.
I mowed the lawn last night.
Yeah, see, there's this little competition. Our neighbor is, I don't know, in his mid-80s. And God forbid, our yard looks sort of better than his, because as soon as we mow, or you mow, I don't mow. As soon as you mow, he's out there mowing.
He's got to keep the grass the same. And it irritates him because he's like, what day? Sometimes he asks me, what day are you going to mow? Because he has some guy come over and mow it. And then it's usually Mondays the guy comes in, or Fridays. And then I'm like, whenever I get an opportunity.
Pretty much. But now we're home all the time.
Right.
Linda's saying her husband calls her Mrs. Kravitz from Bewitched. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So a lot of you don't realize that not only do we have Fun in Key West, which is where we can help you, well, we're not right this second, but unless you want to go later in the year, we can help you book your trips to Key West and take care of all those trips and connect you. Kevin is my man behind the scenes, so usually you don't see too much of him and probably not going to hear too much from him. But anyway, it's one of those things. He takes care of the fishing, and he's our fishing expert and can connect you guys with all those fishing things. But he's also the photographer and takes care of a lot of that. But we also have Out of Here Travel, which is our travel agency. And I have to tell you, it has sucked being in the travel hospitality field in the last month or so. Most, if not all, well, everybody had to cancel this first, for the last 6 weeks because nobody could travel. Upcoming, we're kind of in limbo as to what we're going to be doing. A lot of you have been asking, I'm planning a trip here, or I've got a cruise plan for here. Am I going to be able to make it? We really just don't know. We know just about as much as you know. We don't know when things are going to reopen. Fingers crossed real soon. I mean, you keep up a lot on the news in terms of the travel industry. I mean, are you hearing anything different?
No, and unfortunately, it's kind of like, because we still have a couple cruise ships out there that haven't been able to have people affected by the coronavirus that can't dock. So that's becoming an issue. So it keeps going up. We were working with a couple couples looking at going to Alaska this year, and typically go out of Vancouver, Canada, 7 days to go up the inlet passage up through to Alaska. And Canada's put a moratorium till at least minimum of July 1st. So now a couple of the cruise ships now are really looking towards August. So it's like every week we're starting to see more and more of the time lags for this to take shape. So it's going to be It's going to be over the next 30 days, kind of see what's going to happen. And again, financially for a lot of these people, one of the things to say about the travel agencies, a lot of them, what happens in travel is if you help your customers book their trips, there is a delay. You don't get paid your commission until right to the final payment or when they leave on the trip. So a lot of people, this thing is done 6 months, a year in advance. And so everybody starts canceling. They've been on hold waiting for their trips to take place. And now they've lost all their commissions. Like all of us, we've lost all of our sales that we had booked on here. But again, if you're working with a travel agent when this comes out, again, there's a lot of great opportunities. It's really nice to work with one. There's a lot of benefits to it. And actually probably doesn't cost you anything more than what you're going to pay if you search the internet and picked up some deals as well. But go ahead and help them, because this is really an industry, and that hospitality, the restaurant trades, the hotels, the car rentals are all shut down. So all these are affected by this whole tourism. When this thing starts breaking, I mean, everybody is going to be looking for yourselves to go out and enjoy and help. Again, the social distance, the whole thing is going to be different. We could see that.
Yeah, we're not real sure how it's going to all end up, but I do know this. We are going to be traveling again. We know that from all the other issues that we've had in the past, and we just don't know what that's going to look like. So if you are wanting to travel later on in the year or early next year, keep us in mind, Kevin and Michelle. We can take care of a lot of that. Bob says, thanks for doing this. And the Facebook feed. Hey, you're welcome. We're having fun. We miss interacting with people. I miss going to happy hour. I miss going out. I think a lot of you do. And he says, feeling for everyone in the travel, hospitality, restaurant, and music business. Best of all. Yeah, I agree. There are a lot of people out there that are going to have some hard times ahead. But you know what? Here's why we created the Facebook page. We wanted to have a place where you all could come. We could all talk about things that we like, which is island lifestyle, which could be Key West, it could be Caribbean, it could be a cruise, it could be wherever that you want to go that strikes your fancy.
Even Alaska.
That's an island? Well, it's actually a big peninsula, but it's close enough.
But you have islands, Sitka, Ketchikan, and a lot of that too. I mean, they're great fishing, great hunting, outdoor adventures out there. So, I mean, it's not always the sun. When you talk about island lifestyle, it's going to be...
Ireland's an island.
It's an island.
So we can go to Ireland. So the first drink we promised was the Keiki Margarita. What's our second drink we're doing?
Well, the second one, we're going with the tequila theme tonight.
It's tequila night.
So they're talking about your immune system and vitamin C. So I thought orange juice will help us. To balance that, you got to increase your immune system. So I'm going to do what's on our website is the citrus margarita.
Okay, so let me go ahead and share that while you're making it, and we'll talk about that. And so you saw me trying to do a sneak peek on that earlier, but let's go back over here. And so the citrus margarita, what's the difference on this one? It's a basic margarita, and it has tequila, triple sec, orange juice. Well, so it's fresh squeezed orange juice. Again, we are shelter in place, so we are doing with what we have. So we are using orange juice that was in the refrigerator.
We didn't have any
we didn't have any fresh oranges. And sweet and sour mix, which I usually make for my own. But we had some, and it's basically I think the brand is Stirrings, and you can find it usually at the grocery store. But it allows you to have, it doesn't have a lot of the chemicals, and it doesn't have any of those syrup and stuff in it. So I encourage you to head over to FunInKeyWest.com. We got lots and lots and lots of recipes over there and stuff. So Linda's saying she logged onto the Key West Harbor Cam, and it made me smile. It does. It makes you smile. And Bob, I agree. It is so weird not to see anybody walking around. I mean, absolutely nobody walking around. That's been the hardest thing to grasp is, man, there's nobody walking around. It's not like as we came out of Irma, where we had a definitive date and we kind of knew what was going on. It was a case of everybody's in shelter in place and trying to, reduce the curve and stuff. But it's still, I don't know, it still makes you smile and happy whenever you can do that. So as Kevin's preparing our other drink, and remember, I put a link to these there, and check out FunInKeyWest.com. I've got lots of recipes there, not just drinks. I think I probably have more drink recipes than I do. I don't know.
Oh, you got some.
I have some food.
Food.
I got food and desserts. Desserts and drinks seems to be my thing. But anyway, there's a lot of recipes to help you recreate that island vibe. Black bean soup, the Cuban black bean soup is really nice and refreshing with a nice slice of avocado. I like that. The citrus shrimp on the grill as we're in shelter in place. You're probably outside doing that. Linda's saying, yeah, it is hard to see. Yeah, I agree. It is hard to see. And a few boats are on the water and watching the water is relaxing. It is. And what's interesting is you go throughout the day and you watch it and you kind of pop in and out on it. You can see them, the boats out there. What's really interesting, if you've got a chance to sneak into that, and I might pop over here and grab it too, is if you've checked out the live Duval cam, which is right outside of Sloppy's, what they're doing while they're in shelter in place is they're doing a lot of improvements on the sidewalk and taking care of putting that.
This is our motivation.
We're going
because family is
what. It's a place where they're redoing the sidewalks. They're updating the roads and paving Duval, and they're taking this time when there aren't any tourists in town to do all of this. So I'm glad that the city is putting in the work. So check out the live Duval cam. We'll actually do that at a later date on this, but it's interesting to see what they've been doing and checking them out. Kind of spying on them as they're doing work, see if they do it right. So a lot of you have been talking about what you've been watching on TV. So tell me, what have you been catching up on? Have you binge watched anything exciting? I have to tell you that we picked up Cheers the other night, which
that was fun.
That was fun.
We're watching a lot of the old Disney stuff.
The old Disney stuff. So last night, thank God for Disney Plus, we did the Apple Dumpling Gang. If you guys haven't seen the Apple Dumpling Gang, it's timeless, it's funny, it's Don Knotts, Tim Conway. It's an amazing deal. So this is the citrus margarita. So we're having our citrus, our vitamin C, our zinc, and sheltering in place. So I just gave you the recipe there earlier.
So we're
Cheers.
doing colors. This is
Cheers. So we're doing
Cheers.
Very interesting colors.
Yellow, the orange tonight, and green. Green and
So
yellow.
Kim says she did Ozark. We got into Ozark last year,
What happened to that?
and we
Did we see it all?
haven't picked up season 3. So
Oh,
Ozark, and Bob's saying he binged and thought it was great. Linda likes that. Kathy saying Hallmark. I know a lot of people are watching Hallmark. Linda is saying Little Fires Everywhere. Is that a show? I need more help on that. Cheers. Yeah, Bob saying cheers. It's timeless. It's still funny. Of course, we'd already watched all The Mandalorian, so that was already done.
we haven't been real big TV people, so we're trying to catch up from years. The biggest thing we do, we love sports.
Yeah, I missed.
So we missed the whole basketball
March
playoff.
Madness.
Madness. That was very madness for everybody.
Yeah, not knowing what to do.
We love college football, and
so we're cheers, hoping that comes.
Yeah, that comes back. So I'm getting a kick out of watching the old reruns. They're bringing back here in West Virginia. They're bringing back a lot of the old West Virginia football, the classic games and the basketball games, and some of the old bowl games. But there is a lot of historic and old. They're bringing back old.
Oh yeah, we had the old Final Four against Duke.
Yeah,
the other night.
Yeah, we're watching. So again, a lot of the baseball stuff's coming on.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing all classic games and old World Series games. So that's been fun. That's like me. I enjoy sports. So even I know the outcome, but it's fun to watch.
So Yvette saying Death in Paradise on BBC. Ooh.
Sounds good.
And Kim saying she's watched several concerts on YouTube. That's amazing. Have you guys picked up on this whole trend? And you were telling me about this. A lot of the musicians and artists, not just in Key West, but I think, let's see, John Legend did it, Elton John did it, but they're doing Facebook Lives and doing live concerts. Was there a website that specifically was picking all that?
There is.
There is? But I asked too fast.
But if you go, there's a lot of the, if you know a lot of the people from Key West and you've been down there, the musicians, they're doing live concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that you can really do to help them is if you go online and watch them, they have tip jars and you can give them a tip. And again, a lot of these people are very dependent. They're the gig economy that we were talking about. I mean, they're very dependent on their music schedules. Now it's been interrupted and closed and you don't know how long that is. But one of the things they are doing, that one is the love of music. And they get up there and they'll tell you, tip me or not, I'm just up here just to play music and enjoy it. That is a thing that you can do to help them. They have watching one of the Key West artists was in his backyard and he had a little concert going and his kids came out running on their bikes and his neighbor was complaining a little bit about the music. It was funny, but he was just having a good time, but he was just for the love of it. And then do it. So you can look up some of the various artists.
So like Caffeine Carl, is he doing them?
I haven't seen Caffeine.
Well, I know the Green Room, if you've been to Key West, the Green Room, which is right across from Sloppy's. The Green Room goes live a lot. I think Smoke and Tuna's going live.
Smoke and Tuna's going live. I think Irish Kevin's, I believe, is running some programs there.
Right. So that there's definitely those places in Key West are running.
Girl, that's Raven.
Over at Schooner?
What's her name? Raven.
Bob says he's been watching Caffeine Carl.
Oh, good. I haven't had a chance to see him. I've been I love Caffeine Carl, man. That's one of the favorite spots to go at Smoke and Tuna at the end of the day at nighttime. Watch him play.
Yep.
I haven't seen him. I have to look for him.
Yep. I like that. So I have to say that Jimmy, Kenny, and Disney is pretty much what's been getting me through the last 3 weeks. So Jimmy Buffett and Kenny Chesney and Disney. So, you can tell Miss Alexa to play happy Disney tunes. And that was making me happy. And, I had the granddaughter and trying to make her guess the Disney music. So I had to give a lecture to my son about the fact that he was very derelict on his parenting duties in not letting her understand that some of these old songs and where they came from. So, it's one of their interesting things is whenever you have kids that grew up on all those VHS tapes of Disney and so all the songs because you were the parent watching them 20 times in a row. And then now kids have so many channels to choose from that they're not growing up strictly on those VHS tapes. It's an interesting thing to figure out on that.
I'm impressed you've been doing the cool jazz too.
Yes, smooth jazz. So there's a interesting station on Amazon and also on Pandora, and it's smooth jazz. And it's reminiscent of Disney Springs. So go with me on this, trust me. So if you've ever been to Disney Springs and you're going up over the bridge by Maria and Enzo's, by the balloon, you can hear the music and it's smooth jazz. And so we play that and sit out on our front porch and have an evening cocktail for our cocktail or happy hour. And I play smooth jazz. And I told Kevin, I said, next time we're in Disney Springs and we're going up over that bridge, I'm going to go front porch, baby. Front porch, because that's the music that they play. Bob says, wish Erickson Holt would do one. That'd be fun. And then Brad saying Irish Kevin's lost their best performer. You want to elaborate a little bit more on that, Brad? Because we'd like to know about what you know. So it's been an interesting time for the next 3 weeks, and I think we're in this for a little while. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed our happy hour. we've got about, a little bit of time. So if you guys have questions.
Any questions? Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that we can do to answer
Open
anything?
Q&A. We'll leave it out to that. I ran through a lot of my questions that I had prepared. So we've been snooping on our neighbors, much like you have. I still don't know all my neighbors' names. That's okay. It's okay. I know it's so-and-so and so-and-so, but, oh, yeah, John. Yeah, John Solinsky. So, but it's one of those things where I still I watch our neighbors. May not know all their names, much like you do. But whenever you go to the office and then aren't home and a lot of your neighbors are retired, you don't know them all. We've been seeing that several of you have shared what you drank, but tell me what you guys are all enjoying for your happy hour, and post a picture. So we have a home bar downstairs, and we'll post pictures of this in the group. And it's our homemade little tiki bar. It reminds us of all our happy places, including anything that's island related. So there's a lot of Jimmy Buffett. There's a lot of tiki stuff, Key West, O'Connor Brewing. So if you've ever been to
Norfolk, Virginia,
O'Connor Brewing, be sure to check it out. It's an amazing place. It's owned by Kevin O'Connor. I really do wish it was this one, but it's not. But
I got free beer out of it. I got a whole tour. I got a tour of the facility.
Yeah,
it's kind of like he had the O'Connor clan that was in there running the brewery. So it was cool. It was fun.
It was. We also collect shot glasses. So I'm not sure what you all do in terms of collections, but now got to clarify that. When you're in Key West, it's a shot glass. When you're in Disney, it's a
toothpick holder.
It's a toothpick holder. I don't know why. I've argued with a cast member about looking for a shot glass, and he's reminded me it was a toothpick holder. Anyway, we have a lot of toothpicks, shot glasses wherever we've been. But how many of you? Because I saw some pictures of people posting into the group. Their Amigos cup. But how many smoking tuna cups do we have?
I think I put a bunch.
I think we do. So
usually this is usually, again, watching probably Caffeine Carl. And this is kind of the little cup walking cup that you can walk around and commingle with everybody else. So I started going through this. So I've got a whole stack here.
How many of you have these? And then we have Irish Kevin's. And another smoking tuna. Hog's Breath. A Lucy's retired surfer board, or whatever they call that. Lucy's Retired Surfers Bar and Restaurant. Remember, this used to be over on Grinnell, where the old Irish bar was. Mm-hmm. And then they decided to move down to Duval, and it's an interesting place. And of course,
you probably know this. It's going left to right to left. This is kind of like you see the land shark. So
there's land shark.
Margaritaville, and again the Sloppy Joe's with the Sloppy Rita.
The Sloppy Rita.
Drink mix. So it's usually you take it, and these usually are accompanying, if you're going out and you're walking, and usually they accompany you home.
Yep.
So that's I've always kept them. I still got a bunch. I think the other thing that I typically normally do is,
and this doesn't just apply to when we go to Key West. It applies wherever we go.
So this is coasters. So before it used to be, all the places had matchbooks, which they don't do. You can't do. The only one I have is the Bowl. That's about the only.
Bowl's about the only place that has them.
There's a few in Key West, but the Bowl is, and I got a bunch of those in there. I don't even smoke, but I bring them back. So like here's one on
the Green Room.
This one's Boondocks.
That was a great place. If you ever get up the Keys, head up to Boondocks. Interesting place. Of course, the Bowl. One of my favorite places to go.
An Irish Kevin. Also, I got Lazy Way IPA,
which is, of course, Waterfront Brewery. And I have to say my favorite beer there is Crazy Lady. It's a honey blonde.
And of course, this one here, if you could see it, is Sound Check over at the Parrot Bar, Green Parrot. So I got a bunch of those. This one's After Deck Bar in Key West, and I probably have another drawer full of them all over the place. So,
Yeah,
typically,
we keep them.
so typically, especially with the craft breweries that we go to, I always like collecting coasters. So it's kind of a fun thing. And usually, if you come back home, we throw them out, and we have people coming over, so it reminds you if you're in Key West or wherever you're into. So that's just my weird things that I collect along the trail to remind me that we like to do, along with my photography and all my pictures.
So, Kathy says she collects magnets.
Magnets, there's
I
a
like
good
magnets. I like collecting magnets. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed our happy hour. We put the link to the 2 drinks that we made. So we made the Keiki Margarita and the Citrus Margarita. During these very uncertain times, I hope that you all are staying safe and sheltering in place. Don't go to Walmart. Trust me, don't go to Walmart. Use online as much as you possibly can. Send one of you out and be sure to follow all the rules. And so I want you all to be safe, because I want you to be able to go visit the island that you want to visit, and be it an island wherever. Even though Orlando is not an island, I think you can still live the island lifestyle in Orlando. And I'm missing our youngest, who is there, and he's sheltering in place. And so we talk to him just about every day, and he sends us photos of food that he's creating. So at least he's putting that culinary degree to work, which is a good thing. So I know he's eating. And so I hope you all are safe and all your family is safe. And we will get through this. It's going to be an interesting couple of times, I don't know. I could say weeks. I could say days. I don't know. But I'm glad you all joined us. I'm glad you're all part of our group. So the whole issue with the whole basis behind the group is the island lifestyle. And wherever that is for you, we're just going to talk about it. We're going to have maybe a few cocktails. We're going to maybe go on some virtual vacations. We're going to do all kinds of fun things. And tell all your friends about us. Come join us. Tell your friends about us. And whenever we can get up and rolling and get the travel agency, we're still booking travel. It's just not immediate. But we do have some specials that we're working on.
A lot of good specials.
A lot of good specials are coming up. So if you're interested in doing any of that, that's my shameless plug.
I think also, too, if you want to share your favorite spots, it could be the sunset at Key West. It could be the beach out in the Caribbean. If you're going down anywhere that kind of brings you that happy place that you enjoy going to, post it out there and share it with people, especially on Monday morning as we're getting up and walking from the bedroom 10 feet over to the office, watching the neighbors. That's where I'm upstairs in our other bedroom. So there's my office that I'm working at. And Michelle's down here in the basement. Got the biggest table with all our monitors are going. But again, post those pictures out there.
Yeah, we want to see.
This is my favorite place. It could be boats. It could be your fishing adventures. Could be your sailing adventures. It could be on just sitting on the beach, just reading a book.
It could be at the water park at Blizzard Beach in Orlando. It could be at Volcano Bay. It could be, it could be your backyard tiki bar. I don't care. Share your photos. Let's make this a happy place. Kind of our escape of all the stuff that's going on around us. And we're going to have fun, and who knows? So, that I love Key West. I love Disney. I love any place warm with a beach and sand. So that's what I will be leaning towards. But you know what? You tell me what you want to see and where you want to go. And fishing.
I love fishing. If you want to talk about fishing or show some, we can never get enough fish. You could take
yeah, that's true.
Fish stories. You can tell what you love. I love going down flat fishing, fly fishing, deep sea fishing, trout fishing, anything. It's relaxing to me to be able to do that. So if you have any fishing tales you want to talk, we can maybe share some photos out there as well too. So that's always fun.
I think so. So you guys stay well, and we will be back. And tell all your friends about our group. And I got to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And tell all your friends about our group. Share it. Send everybody in. We're just going to play nice, play by the rules. And we're going to have some fun and see where we can go. And you guys, if you have a certain place you want to learn more about, a destination, let's learn about it together. If I don't know anything about it.
Glad to get information.
Would love
Whatever
to do
you want to do, wherever you want to go, cruise ships, anything you want to talk about, we can do that.
Because quite honestly, I can talk about Key West and Disney until you guys are probably bored. But love both of those. You guys stay safe, and we will be back with you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care.